Hi, my name is IZZATI. Today we will do an educational video for our conflict management assignment 2. First of all, I want to ask you guys, do you always encounter problems or issues in group assignment? If yes, you need to stay until the end of the video because we will explain to you guys about how to resolve conflict in group assignments. Before we move on to the solutions, we first have to know how to identify if a group work have any issues or problems. Conflict in group assignments can look like disagreement or tension between the group members while doing the assignment. This can cause by many reasons, for example, different opinions, miscommunication, or even unequal effort in doing the group assignment. This type of conflict can cause a lot of problems, for example, poor group dynamics, heated arguments, delay in decision making, or even worse, it can also cause and reduce performance for the overall work. Now we already know how to identify if a group work have any issues or problems. So how do we solve these issues? Our group have come across an instrument by Kilman and Thomas known as the Kilman Conflict Mode instrument, or in short known as TKI. This TKI is a model that identifies 5 different styles of handling conflict. These 5 styles rely on 2 important points, which is cooperativeness and assertiveness. In TKI, assertiveness means that how we focus on our own needs, while cooperativeness means how we focus on others' needs. In each style, the level of cooperativeness and assertiveness is different, so this will result in different way of handling conflict. For now, it may still looks unclear for you, but after this, my group mates will explain to you more about this, so I hope you can stay tuned until the end.
I'm Vanessa. I will be explaining competing and collaborating of TKI mode. So competing, it is a power focus mode. It is high assertiveness and low cooperative. It means that pursuing your own concern at someone else expensive using whatever power you have, like status or authority, to win. It also can be standing up for your rights, defending your position, or simply just trying to win, to come out on top. The next one is collaborating. Collaborating, it is a win-win approach. It is high assertiveness and high cooperative, unlike avoiding. So this means that working together to find a solution that satisfies everyone concerned by identifying each person's real needs. These often involve exploring disagreement to learn from each other or creating new solution to a shared problem. Sometimes collaborating can be a long time because we explore everyone's disagreement, everyone needs, just to have a same ground.
Hello everyone, my name is YING. Number 1, avoidance type. Do not strive for one's own needs. Do not pay attention to the needs of another. Temporarily cool down and conflicts are easy to recur. Number 2, accommodation types. Sacrifice yourself to satisfy another, quickly resolve conflicts, and compromise values in the long run. Number 3, compromise type. Both sides make concessions to avoid a stalemate. It is difficult to meet the corners and it is easy to be dissatisfied.
Hello, my name is Veronika PINCHUK and I would like to talk about the applications of the Thomas Kilman model in the group assignments. It's not a secret that majority of the university students, they can do the group assignments. And I would like to highlight 2 issues. First of all is disagreement on the topic selection. Really common one. Basically, it's when one person wants to focus, for example, on the research result, while the other is preferred to look deeply on the future experiment. What to do here? We can apply here collaborating style. Why? Just because both ideas are really important, and only by working together it can integrate research and creativity for a strong project. The second issue that also really popular is unequal contribution to the workload. For example, when one person submitting the assignment on time while the other is always late for submission. What to do here? What to apply here? Simple, competitive style. Why? you may ask. Here is another simple reason: because the issue affects the deadlines, and one of the person needs to assert the expectations clearly to maintain the fairness in the work. Thank you. I'm gonna pass next two examples to ESENIA.
The first one is minor preference differences. So, to give you an example, it is when one person wants something done in a certain way and the other prefers it in a slightly different way. However, there's not really much of a big difference towards the conflict itself, but it's not something that is worth fighting over. A good example for this would be font types. So, a real life example is, imagine you're doing a group assignment and your leader wants the slides to be arranged in a very specific way or a specific order. Maybe they want the spacing of the text to be different, or they want in a particular font. But another group member prefers a slightly more different style, and honestly, there's not really much of a difference because it doesn't change anything important. In a situation like this, the accommodating style works the best because the simple solution is for one person to just let the other have their preferred design, because the issue is minor and keeping the group peaceful matters more than winning a small argument. As long as the final product is ready, it doesn't matter who gives out or compromises with the other. Another example is time pressure during project submission. So for this, it's more towards a compromising style. However, let me explain more. When one person wants more time to improve the work and the other wants to submit quickly because the deadline is close. Now, to further explain this example is, now picture this. It's 11:30 p.m. and your assignment is due at 12. So you don't really have much time and you're all rushing. Your leader is stressing and wants to check the whole report again to make sure everything is perfect. Meanwhile, the rest of the group is panicking because the submission portal might close and they just want to submit immediately. However, in a certain way, we can see that both of these parties have somewhat logical concerns. So here, the compromising style works the best and is the most effective. The solution is, maybe they could all agree on a quick final review for maybe 2 or 3 minutes that doesn't take up much time, but just enough to catch any major mistakes. After that, you can submit it right away. That way, you can balance quality and the deadline without creating any unnecessary chaos. So it's like a win-win situation because both parties compromise and both parties get what they want. Thank you.